Hello everybody. How you doing? I hope the answer tonight is wonderful. So, welcome to Tracy Creating. I am Tracy, and throughout this video, may you be inspired, learn something new, or simply relax while you're watching. So just pulling it up now so I can see who comes in to say hello and if there's any questions in the chat. So that's all ready now. Wonderful. Okay, so what we have here is some Posca markers. These are the PC5M, and they are 1.8 to 2.5 millimeters. They're bullet shaped. So most of the colors are that, and then I have a gold and a silver, which are the PC3M, and they're 0.9 to 1.3. Plus there is a white one in that size as well, but all the others are the 5M, and these are the 3Ms. Okay, so I thought it would be interesting. Previously, except for a video a while back, I've just been doing black to doodle, tangle. I never know which term I'm using, because so I'll just go with tangle. I just generally put black because it makes the colours pop through. Hello, Anne. Good evening. I'm relaxing. Sounds fabulous. Serene, hi. Can't wait to see what you're creating today. Thank you so much. I thought we'd have a little bit of fun and explore tangling over this previous pour. But not only with black this time. See, previously I've done a lot of black, so I thought we'd actually use some colors this time. What I also pulled out is the liquid chalk. So we've got some slightly different shades here, like in the Posca markers we have a darker green, in the liquid chalk it's a lighter green. Just things like that. So and a purple. I don't think we have one in the Posca. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I actually haven't even opened any of these yet, so we'll see how it goes. Is that from an overpour? This is from, this is a flip and lip that I did on the boxboard cardboard. So it's a compressed cardboard, and you can find it through eBay, quite possibly Amazon. And this one I think is the 3 millimeter thick. I'd have to go back through and have a look, but it's great to do experiments on, or if you have, say, like a commission, you could practice it on some cardboard if you wish, and you know, see how the colors go together or something like that. But then afterwards you can play with it. So I'm going to embellish this one, and if you really like what you've done, you can just scan it and do some prints, and you know, put the prints up for sale. So could you do that from an overpour? Absolutely, sure you can. So you can do this over any pour pretty much, as long as it's cured, dried, cured, depending on you using acrylic paints or resin, alcohol inks, you name it. So I like that this has the orange and the blue. It did lose purple and pink throughout the pouring, and of any vibrant yellow. So there's not really much vibrant yellow. You've got these bits, but so I thought we would have a look at bringing in some yellow. We've also got this one, some pink, and that one. So they look quite similar. I might just leave it at that for the moment and see what we're drawn to after that. So I'm going to open up these liquid chalks. So I know the Posca markers are fantastic. What do these say? Shake well with cap on and upright. Okay. So what I was, before I thought of this, I was sitting there thinking about my son, and he loves to do, he had an experience at school, and it was when you grab like a black towel, excuse me, and you go like this all over the page, and then in each different sections that overlap each other, you do a pattern or a colour, and then the next section something different. So he's been doing a lot of those for me. Sometimes he'll say, do you want me to do you a colouring in? So it's like, oh yes please. So he'll go and do it and do the squiggly thing, and then he'll bring it to me to colour. So I've also thought of that for something else. So he's definitely a sweetie when he wants to be. All right. 1, 2. So from what I can tell, these are the same as the Posca markers. When you open them up, give them a good shake, and then you need to prime them. See how the nib of that is white? So this is my Posca marker top cover. So I'll just use the inside of that. You need to push down on the nib until the colour flows through. I don't know how hard I need to push to, whether it needs to break a seal or, oh, there it's coming, the colour is coming through. There we go, awesome. So that looks pretty well coated. Oh, that looks nice. So that one's primed and ready. Let's do the yellow. I'm just pushing down on this one. It's starting to come through now. Just hold it there. So close. Alrighty. That looks like there's a lot of coverage. Looks a little bit transparent, a little bit fluoro-ish at the same time. So we might see about that. So I'm feeling like Just sort of follow some of these lines. What do we see over here? I think mostly following those orange sections. So we might do that with the yellow, because the yellow next to the orange might just make it pop a little bit more. Okay. In here. So this is the Posca marker. I don't want to follow it exactly, but I do want to, I want smooth lines, so I don't want to get too stiff with it. So that my hand is just flowing and gliding. And then I couldn't see where I was going because I'm working backwards. So a bit of a tip there. Try and work with the direction that you can see where you're heading. So I think we'll do another couple of rows around that. Give a bit of a shake up in between rounds of lines. Now I enjoyed doing this one because I decided to cut the shape out of the cardboard just to be a little bit different than the regular rectangle or square or circle. See, this time around I'm holding the Posca marker at an angle so I can see where I'm headed. And I feel like we need 3. So you can see that they're not perfect. They're just coming around the outer edge of the previous line. This one we'll do inside. And this one, we'll break this. All right, so we're just about done with this one. Go on the inside of that one as well. So I can see that that's brought it out a little bit, but excuse me. Not overly sure what to follow with that. So let's just give that a second. It won't take long to dry at all. Excuse me, I think I need a drink. Pardon. Hopefully that helps. Okay. So if we're going to bring some pink into it, I would like to try the liquid chalk. So find some sections in between. And I think I'd like to do a little bit of just can't work out to put this on the orange section or the blue section. So that is the question. Go with the orange or go with the blue? We'll go with the orange and the blue. Hello. Thinking the blue. Okay, let's go for it. But with this one, I'm thinking about more like see how different that is. Where's that coming out? Okay. So just trying to throw some in there that are a little bit different shaped. Also larger or smaller. Come over here. So that would trail out through this section, out through here. This is a really good activity to do as well when you are feeling like you're in a bit of a rut, and just change things up. Grab an old paw that you either think would look great embellished, or even just one that you don't like very much, and play with it. Your lines, circles, flowers. If you're, skilled and talented in fine art, then, you may be able to do a nice, paint a silhouette onto it or anything like that. Only a little bit of blue over here. More green. There we go. So that was really weird using that liquid chalk. So it's almost transparent like. You can definitely see where like I stopped and started. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you might be able to. I'm really itching. Everything is telling me to get some black out. That's my first thought. So we're going to go with the darker blue. Blue, yeah, you had the blue too, Anne. Okay, all right. There you go. I just see one spot here. So I don't know that for this particular type of thing that I like the liquid chalk, but it's well worth trying. Okay, let's test that. Okay. So as I was talking about before, this is so going to be completely different. Let's just do my best to maintain a consistent line. So I like the big lines. I don't know if you can see that very well. Because the bigger the lines, the more of the background that you get to see through it. Oh, Miss Doris, g'day to you. How are you? Hey Doris, I just watched your coasters that you did live. I think it was this morning. Oh, for me, last night for you. And I was about to leave my comment when I saw what the time was and thought, oh, I better go. But they are stunning. I love the results you got last time, and I love what you're doing with these ones. So, very excited to see how that goes. You're good? Still waking up here? Yeah, it must be early. I'm well, thank you. We'll try and keep this going towards the center, so there. Going a little bit back, working backwards on this one because I wanted to have it match up with that line. Thank you very much. A whole day of arting tomorrow at Joe Patty's. That's awesome. Loving it. Yeah, well, I'll be sure to check that out. Definitely. I think it's going to look amazing. All right. This bit now. So just come and fill up these inner gaps with a couple of extra lines. So I like how they look. And I like that they're spaced far enough apart to still see what's underneath. Just over here I'll do a little bit of a wavy pattern which has these extra little lumps in there. So which colour are we enjoying the most on the painting? Like we did the yellow Posca, which it stands out, but it's still quite faint. The pink liquid chalk, which somewhat looks transparent, and you can see where you started and stopped. Or the blue Posca marker seems to have produced a lot more solid lines. There we go. That is so gorgeous. Thank you very much. Looks a tad Aboriginal. Oh, there we go. I'm liking the blue arches. Awesome. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, I am thinking over here in this green section, let's try another green. That's orange. You know, I've done that all my life. Looked at something orange and said green. So this is, right, what do we got left? We have a light blue. We have the darker green. I'm not so sure about using the liquid chalk anymore. I don't really like how that went with the pink. Awesome. So the blue arches are definitely the most popular in there, the most favoured. Okay, so for this section here, I do have a red as well. Okay, so light blue, green, or red to go in this section here with a different design. And go the green. It would bring some nice solid green back into it. Alright, we're going green. This green actually makes me feel like it's a little bit loopy, a little bit leafy. So and I don't know where to start it. Anywhere. Right there. So we'll go up. Just kind of coming out into a little bit of a loop and joining it up back up, which is on the stem stalk. It seems to have come out like. How do we like the green? Can you see it very well? So here. Oh. All right. Oh, that one went a little bit off kilter. That's all right. I can bring another one up through here. And just to match it up, there's a little section over here. It highlights the green and the rest. Awesome. Excellent. That is something you also would like to achieve when you do this kind of thing. Jose, hello. What's that? Bom dia. Tudo bem com você. How was that? How are you? I hope I just tried to pronounce something nice. Alrighty, let's have a look. This end is my favourite. The colouring in the screen isn't quite as green as it is here. It looks a little bit more turquoise on the screen. Or on my screen anyway. Bottom right, I feel like it needs another pink under the biggest thingy. Bottom right here. Some pink in there. Let's use the, no, stick with the chalk, because this is where I think you're talking about. So just for consistency, we'll stick with the chalk. There you go. So it definitely stands out a little bit more when you go over previous drawn section. No. No. Right. Okay, well, we've only got a couple of little sections left, so what can we do? We have a very little section here. So I think I'd like to go with maybe the red for something different. Like, I don't go for red very much. The very bottom edge of board. But I keep turning it around, so I don't know. I told Jose, good to see him here, and I asked him if he painted too. Sweet Doris, thank you. Alright. So, but what I feel, I actually pulled this red out to do this section here, but I feel like adding it in between, totally random, go with the flow, in between two of the yellow lines. And the others as well. I'm trying not to rub on the rest of it. Oh, I actually like that bit of red coming through the yellow. Alright, let's do this bit. And I think the red, in my opinion, for sure, the red pops out that little bit extra because there's not actually red in there. But you've got close to the red with the orange, and where it mixes a little and is a tinge of like starting to get a muddy orange. So I like it. trying to follow in between. Sometimes I get stuck a little bit on a tiny little pinhole from an air bubble that I didn't manage to torch out. Like there. I am fighting against the grain that direction, which is why it's always great to turn it around, do it in the direction that you're most comfortable in. So at least I hope that's what I said using a translator page. Well, I appreciate the effort, Doris. I really do. So come back in here and back this way. And 2 more lines doing this. And then those 2 small sections. I do feel like I'd like to try the light blue. And maybe even the orange, because it might give a crisp, vibrant orange in amongst some of the muddier orange sections. All right. So this is a really good example here of how the yellow was not entirely a solid line. Definitely not like the blue is over here. Or the green. And that's the liquid chalk. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. So there we have it. Right. A little bit of, you have such a steady hand. I'd be all over the place with your lines. Thank you, Doris. But you know what? If you're all over the place with your lines, make it part of your work. Make it part of your style, that your lines are squiggly, wobbly, out of shape, whatever it is. Make it part of it. So I think for this section, I'd like to just do a couple of this light blue is nice. Definitely. Oh, I like that. Just even looking at it looks amazing. And this section, we'll stick with the same blue to finish off this last bit and kind of do a similar thing going this way. All right. So that was a little bit of fun. Thank you so much for joining in with me for this. I just pulled out the gold and I'm going to hit a couple of spots with it as little, I don't know, I don't know now. Dots. Oh, it's quite a fine tip. You're not going to see it very well. What a shame. They're just in every mid row here. Just putting a gold dot. Or kind of like a row of dots. So 1, 2. And hopefully when I hold it up to show you, you will see them. And then, yeah. Put my finger somewhere safe to balance my hand. That one has one here. So if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. If you click the bell on the notification side of things, you'll receive notifications of when I go live, when I post new content, or even post on my community tab. So there we go. So aiming to get to 30,000. I'm not that far off. So that is my big goal by the end of the year. And I'd really like to smash it prior to that. But that's all. And I need your wonderful help in achieving that. So sharing it with others who might also appreciate it is a great way to help and support us YouTube creators and artists. So, glad I could catch you finally. I know, Doris, it's crazy. I'm so glad you could come in. Thank you. I'm so glad you woke up early. I hope you had a good sleep though. Oh, Anne, they're amazing. You should so check them out. Sure, we can do that. Okay, so on that note, I feel like I need to do more on the pink, but I'm not going to hold you up much longer, except to say thank you so much. I appreciate you, and your support is tremendous. I love it so much. Oh, come on, camera. Yeah, not a fan of the pink bits. Can you see those little dots of gold? There we go. Oh, I see right here. I see. This row here would look great if it had some dots in it too. Yeah, that's better. So it's very subtle, but I think it looks amazing. So I love this blue. Love the wavy lines. Love the green vines. And not so crazy about the pink. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for showing me something different to do with my mediocre paws. Absolutely. My pleasure, Anne. I'm so glad that you came in to join with us tonight for this also. So I love it. Will you resonate over it? I might give it a go, Doris, but this is on the box board and it's not quite level. So it is something, I could glue it down to an MDF substrate and then resin over it. I think that would look awesome. Maybe if I find a different pink and go over those sections, or the fact that it is liquid chalk. Oh man, talk about, all right, really quickly, really quickly, the fact that it is liquid chalk, can I wash it off? This is just water, my water bottle, paper towel. Let's do it down here. Oh, look at that. So it may be something that I will just rub off, because the painting, the acrylic pour underneath is dry. It's cured. You can see on the towel, all there is the pink. No colour from the paints. So I'm excited about that. So I can do something else on those sections and then be a lot more happier with it. So there we go. How cool is that? Ta-da! New experiences, new learning. I love it. What was that? I had 3 L's once. Love it. Learned from it. And something else. I can't remember. Oh dear. So, fabulous. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Time to go. And yes, catch you later. And good night, good night, good night. If you have to go anywhere, please take care. And from myself, always be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.